I'm so excited. Can we stand up? Can somebody give me some? This is very exciting. This is an exciting news. Hey, it's an exciting news. Excellent. Are you excited? Are you excited? Are you excited? Are you excited? See, what more can you get? What more can you get? Opportunity for you to make more. I just want to tell our Vice President, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity for us to be shareholders of our company. So we all now share together. Oh, fantastic. So shake our body and let's just shake our body and just enjoy it. Let's shake our body. Let you take our body and let you. Hello, Master.
Change lives.
Okay, let's sit down. Let's sit down. Just briefly. Who all sit down now, please? This is serious business now. For those who are not in the office, pass this message to them. Those who have who are not in the office today, those who have looked into our business before and they have now backslided for one reason or the other, go back to them, tell them the good news. Opportunity, you are now a shareholder with us in Neo Continental. So Neo Continental is not just my company anymore. We all belong to the company. We are all part of it. And okay, let me see. The office is back. Okay, the office is back. Okay, let me. If you can hear me, just wave. You can wave. Just wave. Please, I would like us to sit down. Sit down. Just don't move around. That person standing there. Please come back. Sit down. We just have a few minutes and. What you are in the business for. Now, for our past two trainings, we handled objections. The objections you get when you go on the presentation. We handled objections in booking. We handled objections in the sale. And just after we finished that objection, that training, William went into a presentation. The customer loved the product. The customer was ready to pay for the product. And then the customer now came up to say, just the next day, they say, oh, she has seen the product cheaper somewhere. And William asked, where did you see the product cheaper? And the customer said, I've seen it cheaper online on website, or he mentioned one website where he has seen the product cheaper. Please sit down. This is something that will come across almost every time. When William saw this, he said, we work as a team. When William got his objection, he called us. When you go on your presentation, even when you are trying to book somebody and you're getting objections, carry us along. Because when we put our heads together, we'll get a solution. If you are trying to book and you find it difficult to book, carry us along. We'll find a solution on how to do it. If you are trying to close a sale and it's a challenge, call us along and we'll make a sale. So this customer haven't raised the valid objection, and then what we did is William is going to share it with us now. We did not force the customer to invest. We did not go and beg the customer to come and invest, but the same customer turned around to say, bring the set, and made the transfer. So now I'm going to leave it on to William. William, you have the go. So please take your pen and paper, have your pen and paper ready for you, and then take down notes, because we are going to hear some serious nuggets. And at the end of the training, the text messages that were sent, William is going to share it with us. We send it to our CSE, and we share it on our platform so that those who didn't see it can share from it. So now, Mr. William, are you ready? William, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Hope you can hear
In
me.
the office, are you ready to hear this? If you are ready to hear this information, raise your hand, wave your hand. Are you ready? You're ready? Great. Okay, hold on. Basi, you don't have a pen? You don't have a pen? Basi, you don't have a pen? Where's your, show me your paper. Show me your paper. Show me your paper. Let me see your paper. If you have a notebook like me, get a proper notebook. Okay. Now, please, let's put our phones on silence so I will listen to this training. William, over to you.
Okay, Salad Master.
We change lives.
Salad Master.
We change lives.
I can't hear the office.
The office is muted.
Oh, there's actually on my video. My this thing is very bad, but I will do that.
No, I think you can, William, you can close your video so I can hear the audio. Want to hear the audio very well.
Okay. We want to understand that we receive. We want to make effort to see how we can learn one or two. Sometimes we may have what we do out there. I remember when Comfort Do reminded us of the fact that we need to call the office whenever we have some challenge. I also remembered when she said, don't leave that place without getting a commitment. Those are some of the words she used. Don't leave the place without getting a commitment. And in our training, when she left, our God took us on handling online issues and the rest of it. So I realized the need to be very careful as I'm going into the presentation. So when I went in Saturday evening, I called the office. So I called and share her pleasantries to the customers. And they were very happy that someone, the superior person in the office, spoke to them. So thereafter, I had to tell them that that is what I must do for me to start this presentation, because otherwise they will assume that I did not come to your house. And, you know, there are some incentives that we give out, which if I don't make such calls like this, they may feel that I am actually not in a particular customer's house. So when I put it that way, so the integrity was there. They begin to see integrity in the business. So after the presentation, they were interested. They were interested. They were much interested. These are persons that they've not moved into their own house. They are still a tenant. However, they saw the need to go for it without delay. So though the issue was to be settled, as that was on Sunday, for them to make the transfer, only for me to receive a chat from her. Please look, I've just gotten this at 1.5. Please, we need to renegotiate the amount. So within me, I just really remembered the training that we had. I remember when our president said something that do not sound desperate. Do not feel as if you are not going to get something out of the presentation, just try to let the person know the fact that the person may be in for a scam. So those words rings on my ear once again. So I begin to figure out, what should I do? What should I do? Because at the end of the presentation, I still called our vice president to to make a closing call so as to seal the deal properly. So that was done, only to receive that negative remark the next day. So I had to put myself together. I didn't reply. I saw the text. I did not reply immediately. I just choose to be calm. I start putting words together. I start putting words together on how to go about it. So I chatted the vice president. She also brought the president into the picture. So we're all thinking about one thing or the other we should do. So the president asked me to send whatever I'm going to reply that I should send to him for re-editing. So that I did. But there is something very, I needed to know the source of that 1.5. So I had to go a little online to check those things. So I follow it to the last order. So I got to realize that it's still not 1.5. And as the guy rightly put it, he said that was an invite price. The price for the professional sale was invite price. That professional price said is still 2.6 million, which that is what we're actually giving out. So when I got to that stage, I got all the information I needed to know. So I was more prepared now to speak to the customer and see how I can help her appreciate it. So I sent my message that I'm going to send to her, to the president. He did a very nice job. I will use the word, he did a nice job. The way he presented it was far above what I had thought. The presentation, one thing about chatting, when we are not calculative of our words, we might lose a sale. But if we are very tactful on how we present our words, not pursuing it, but being at balance, we are not forcing it to the person, but we are at balance. We are trying to let the person see the risks behind going that direction and why he should take our own direction. So at the end of it, or when he sent the text, I'm going to forward the text later to the forum or maybe to the CSC, and she is going to maybe get us through with it. But the point is, we were able to turn the no to yes. And right away, in fact, I just chatted her this morning. She's even preparing to get me into another house, possibly by this weekend, for another presentation. So what I personally I know I did was I calmed down. I prayed, asking God to give me calmness of mind, not to reply in a hurry. Not to reply in a hurry. I had to finish everything I needed to do that Sunday morning. It was much later in the evening when I have gotten all my bullets from our president, from our vice president, and from my research online. After getting all the bullets towards the evening, I dropped the bomb in our WhatsApp, on our WhatsApp. So when I dropped the bomb, I consciously off my phone. What did I do? I told her, sorry for replying late. I'm sorry. Then I now dropped the bomb, which we are going to share to you much later. So I consciously off my phone because I didn't want her to see me still online. I didn't want her to see me still busy doing one thing or the other. I consciously went off so that she will not have, let her be the one that will be, looking for means to talk to me. So when I consciously do that, I off my phone. So Monday morning, I just forgot her. I purposely forgot her Monday morning. I went into other thing, busy doing other thing. So why she did not see my call, neither did she see any other information apart from that bomb. So she dropped me a WhatsApp message asking me, no, but what she's asking that she really wants it. Or what she wants is let us do a further, at least negotiate for me. I know, I trust you. I want you. You're the person that brought you to my house. I trust you. So I believe that you can do it better than, that is why, please, just renegotiate for me. So when she dropped that message, I now call her and I asked her, what do you want? So she eventually, in fact, the issue of online, she was not talking about it any longer. She has forgotten that she had told me that she saw it 1.5. She has not even, but she's not even talking about online any longer. She was now thinking of how we can help her to seal the deal. So I still had to tell her, no, I can't do it myself. Let me still talk to my boss so that I know if she can do something better than what we have done now. So everything we still did was still within our normal premium item as well as the limited edition. That actually made her to get the deal done. So another thing I also want to let us know is this. In simple terms, let us make our effort to do the best in our presentation. This lady you are saying that we made this sell, I had done online or virtual presentation for her. And after doing virtual presentation for her, she said, in fact, I've even invited her to a cook school. She joined the cook school and she just do as if she doesn't appreciate it. But there is something that triggers her. When she knew that her friend has bought, so what decision, I knew that I needed to top my game when it comes to the presentation. I needed to do everything perfect. And not just being perfect, I made effort to see that I do not also overwhelm her with informations. But that Sunday, like I said earlier on, I remember that training that Comfort Doe gave us, that, if you give them much information, this thing can cook this, it can do this, it can do this, confusing them the more. And they're like, maybe this person is desperate, maybe this person just want this thing. I did not do any of that. I was just very liberal, made effort to do my work that Saturday very well. And at the end of it, all of selling master against what she had known before now. So she was no longer talking about her friend that bought 7,000 because she told that one of our friends also that bought 750,000. I said, no problem. I did not even talk about that. But what I was focusing on was what the standard that Salad Master have set, and that we are not ready to go below the standard for us. So even when she has a price, and I told her, madam, we don't know how to sell it today. So since we don't sell crayfish and we want to sell it today, that is the price. It is an international price. I can't come and... So at the end of it all, she saw that this thing is just a direct, so she just have to succumb. In fact, my last chat this morning, I told her, good morning, sister. This is your sister this weekend. I want to help you get the referral gifts. Number one in my to get the food processor. Then other things follow. She just replied me 12:31. She replied me, okay, I will talk to her. So what I am saying here now is that each time we do some of these things, if we follow up training given to us, it is all for our good. You may have heard it before. Just have an open one or two things again from the training added to what you had known see, sometimes the spirit directs us to say one thing or the other. I may leave what I needed to say and say something that may touch one or two person there. And if you apply that information, you see that the thing will work. So that is just how I would say that is what gave us that cell of presentation set. I don't know if there is any question, then we can now talk more.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. William. Can you please unmute the office, and let's have our questions. Let's have our questions to William. Yes, who's going first? Yes, who's going first? Yes, Abraham, are you using your hand or adjusting your seat?
Okay, no, I'm just adjusting my seat. I don't have a question for now.
Okay. Victoria, are you just treating your pen or you want to raise your hand? Okay. So what did we get from what William just trained on now? Start from Victoria.
Okay. Firstly, what I learned was is we don't have to oversell, because the overselling will give them a different approach, like they feel they've already known too much, number one. And secondly, we shouldn't be desperate, because the approach which he applied, going even as far as turning off his phone at some point, it was me, I felt feeling uncomfortable listening to it. I was like, hey, but what if I lose that sale? You know, so not being desperate actually made the customer know that it's left to her. It's for her own benefit. So I learned those two things. Not be too desperate. Don't be desperate about it. Just do what you need to do well, and by the grace of God, let the customer think and decide for his or herself.
Thank you very much. Now, notice what William said. He said he did a good presentation. Do effort to do a good presentation. So go and study your script. Know your script in and out. Know your script in and out. Know your cookware. Know each of the cookware. Know each of them in and out. Know each of them in and out. So if you know each of the cookware properly, you can sell it out. Sell it out. And also notice what William is doing. He's also posting on network. It's personally doing service.
Hello. Hello,
Yeah,
can I say something, please?
Yes, please.
Hello, can I say something, please? I just remember something that I also did that was, I think was also good. During the presentation, that was during closing, we wanted to do the pod test, and I asked them their cookwares that they've been using. So during conversation with the friend that came around, she said that there is one of they were talking about pressure pot. There is a one that she bought, it was 30-something thousand, that. So during the pollution test, that was the first one that I grappled with. I asked her to give me the pressure pot because I realized that they saw it as the best in the house. So I now pick other cookwares that I saw around. So I made sure that the pressure pots really boiled very well. I was not in a haste. I allow it to boil. You know, it is when it boils very well that it open up. The chemistry has it that the pan will open up, and of course it will begin to react with whatsoever minerals therein. So at the end of it all, the pressure pot was the worst for them. It was the worst. And the other ones also, as we know, aluminum, what it will be. So I made them see that their best was even the worst during the pollution test. So that way, they realized. In fact, the husband was like, even this one that we know that is the most costly cookware that we have in this house is also bad. So that also made them to see the goodness of Salad Master. So that's another thing that I just reminded I should chip it in. So we should make effort to subject our the pollution tests, get their best of the cookwares. There are sometimes what their best of their cookware is not what they are using to cook most time. If you observe very well in most houses you go, you see maybe normal aluminum and some other pans, non-stick and the rest in the house. But there are some other fine ones. You will see them, they will hide it. You keep it, they're keeping in a cupboard. They're like, this one I bought it costly. Maybe when I have a fine guest and stuff like that, I will bring it in my kitchen so that the person will see that I have such good nice cookware. You get it? There's something that is Nigerian. I don't know if I'm wrong. We have that approach of, showing ourselves of what we have. So they will always hide that one inside the kitchen. So when you are in a presentation, it's always good for us to look for that best. When they bring out that best, and they realize that best is not best enough, they will see Salad Master as best enough, and they will see it as the best option for their family. That's another thing that I think I did that was also interesting, which I need to share with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, when you go into a presentation, if you don't know your cookware very well, they'll be telling you this one is small. This one is small. You saw, those of you on the forum, you saw what I posted on the forum, how I did plantain on the 9-inch. It's a small one. Now, you cannot, somebody who thinks that the 9-inch is small, you can actually have done that on the 1 quart. So when the person says that 1 quart is small, but it's going that I'm able to do my breakfast on the 1 quart. That's what he will now begin to love that one. So, this one is called breakfast special. So know your cookware, know your script, know it very well. What we say Salad Master will do, it will do it. So the problem is not Salad Master, the problem is you. If you're not selling, it's not Salad Master, it's you. Notice one thing William said. These people who are invested in this presentation set, they've not moved into their house. So you go into a presentation and the person says, I'm building a house. I want to finish if I invest in Salad Master. And when I'm going, I'll go with a new cookware. The person has not understood the presentation. So it's important you know your presentation, know your script very well. Notice William has done virtual for this person before and then did in-house. So the fact that the virtual presentation is not supposed to be an end in itself. It should be a foothold, a leg into the customer's house. Another thing William said, which also struck me, is training. Attending training, don't missing out on training. He said what he learned from our training of last week with Comfort Dough. So training, each training, you must get one thing out of it. Today, listening to William, I've learned some things and I've made notes. See my notebook. I've made notes in my notes this morning from what William was saying. Training is very important. Know your script, know your cookware. Yes, next person, what have you learned from what Williams? Yes, let me get what the next person learned from it. And then yes.
What I learned was that in such a situation as Mr. Williams was, he actually did something very smart. At a very critical period, he actually calmed himself down and then thought of the best approach. And he also made sure to contact those that are ahead of him, that's his boss, to make sure that he comes out with best results. So that was actually what I actually appreciate about it.
Yes, your name, please. Yes, your name, please.
My name is Chidoka.
Chidoka. Okay, Chidoka, welcome. Next person.
Okay, Choma Eze.
Yes, Choma Ezo.
All right, okay. The first thing is that he gave his presentation very well. Secondly, for me, if such situation come my way, the first thing I need to do is to be calm and not to be in a haste to buy the customer. Then another thing I like is to go for more research, get facts on whatever on the products. Then another thing I like that he consulted the president again to acquire more knowledge on how to approach the customer, and it really helped him a lot, and that's what I like to do.
Okay, that's good. Next person.
Okay, what I learned from William today is to follow up on customers who have seen the virtual presentation. The virtual is not an end to itself. It's very important. Follow up so we can have an in-home interaction, have an in-home chat. Because when you see the virtual and then when you do the in-home demonstration, it's a whole new meaning for the customer.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. And follow up, not only follow up on those who have seen in-home presentation, on virtual presentation, follow up also on those who have seen in-home presentation. How do you follow up on those who have seen in-home presentation? Invite them to Cook School, invite them to other programs, and keep following up on them. Don't just leave up on them. Okay, next person.
Okay. What I learned from Mr. Williams, sir, is where's your son? My name is Quinta. What I learned from Mr. Williams is that always be settled whenever you're talking to a customer, and don't be in a haste to answer any question or any comment from them. Be settled, be calm, think of the right thing to say at the right time. And also make sure you follow your script and then know how to do your presentation properly, sir.
Yes, next person.
What I asked this morning is that knowing your script very well is very, very essential. So that will enable you to know how you do your presentations to your customers and let them know that yes, Salah Master gives the test. There should no any trace of errors in whatever you are being said to them.
Okay, next person. Okay, next person.
My name is Chizola Keru. What I learned from what Mr. Williams did is that first and foremost, he did a very good job by doing the presentation very well. And then he's calm, just like what his Comfort told us, to be calm and don't overdo or oversell the products. And again, when the customer sent him a message, he was not in a haste to reply because he wants to sell. He consulted those who are ahead of him to give him more knowledge on what to say, on what to reply. And when he did that, he also was calm by switching off his phone to, to give the customer time to think and then come to a logical conclusion that the customer really wants to invest. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Before the next person will come on, I just want to reiterate what she just said now. Don't oversell, don't overbook. When you're booking the customer, don't try to overbook the customer person by trying to take a long story. I know I corrected that one last week when Jonathan raised that issue. Don't try to oversell. Don't try to overbook. Please note one thing. You are doing a favor to the customer. Anybody who sees a presentation, you are doing a favor to him because you are giving him information. Yes, you make money out of it, but the biggest beneficiary is the person who invests in it, because he has it in his life and for his family for their lifetime. So don't oversell, don't overbook, don't be desperate. Fantastic. Yes, next person.
Customers. What I learned today is, one, first of all, you need to know your scripts, always know your scripts very well, and then don't show desperation in any business. So I'm always trying to do a good presentation.
Yes, next person.
Basi, what I learned today is when you get a negative response, don't be afraid, but the next, just think and be calm and think the next step to take and plan very well. So that at least when you bring out the next plan, the customer will realize that what you are bringing to the table is the best.
Yes, next person, quickly.
I have learned not to be overly excited. I've learned not to be overly excited. My name is Chioma, sir. I've learned not to be overly excited when a customer shows interest in a set, to be calm, and I've also learned to keep practicing my speech until I perfect it. So I'll do an excellent presentation.
Good. Chioma, I'm glad you learned that one and not to be overexcited. That's good. Next person. Next person.
My name is Yesunde Ayodeji. What I learned from Mr. Williams is that if I find myself in that situation, what I'm going to do, what Mr. Williams did, that is what I'm going to do. Not to be anxious, then not to be calm down and seek advice from those that know better than me.
Fantastic. Next person.
My name is Winnie. What I learned from Mr. Williams' presentation was that he took the previous training very seriously and he applied it and did a proper presentation by convincing the customer with his presentation. And he made sure that he studied his script properly and he was calm and not in a hurry to make sales. He wasn't desperate to make sales, even when he got a negative report from the customer. He was not still desperate to make a sale. He was calm. He prayed to God and consulted those ahead of him to get proper information. And God answered him as well as he made the sale.
Please note that this William had closed his presentation, has done a complete job, and after that, this objection now came up. So as he has left the place, so he could have done the presentation, concluded, he left, objection could come up. So objection could come up at any other time. And so note that one. And then something she just said now, she took the previous presentation he learned something from the previous presentation, taking our presentation serious. Note this, every training we have been having, including this one we're having now, they are on YouTube. Have you spent time to go over the training? The trainings that Comfordo did for us on YouTube, the ones that Andy David did for us is on YouTube. All our trainings are on YouTube. We'll record it, we'll put it on YouTube. So at your own time, you go over and go over and over and over again. What are you using your data for? This is an investment on yourself. Please think about it. Next person.
My name is Jonathan. I actually learn more from Williams' this information today. I learned that the foundation for any business is not solidly built. That business is bound to be faulty. So by building our foundation, learning more about our script, giving more time to our script, learn it very well, will help us at any given time of challenges, either in the field or so two, mostly what is experience, particularly to me as a student and myself. I am most of the times I feel too eager to make sales, and as such, I became desperate. Seeing others making more money by through their commission, I find myself in a situation of saying, okay, I want to give them to make more money for the company and for myself too. So at that point, sometimes I find myself in this situation. But with this training and this experience now, I think I've learned something. Two, he said we should take advantage. The third one is that we should take advantage of the best and most expensive footwear. Take advantage of it. Give it a time. Allow it to perform very well for you to get a result. Tell them the value and what of the salad master. Why salad master different from the one they think is the best one.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Can I say something there?
Yes, please say something.
I want to commend the young man that just brought out his personal weakness. His personal weakness. I mean, someone who recognizes weakness is 50% getting to success. So the reason why I actually picked that what he said is that he said he has been having this as a challenge. I think one of the things I want to inform you is this. Whenever you have a presentation, think of one or two things that you are going to do to change the life of that your customer. Don't think about sales. That's one of the first things that you need to do. Whenever you go to any presentation, whether someone is leading you to or whoever, get the person to understand this your objective, that you are going there to show the customer the value. And you're going there to make the customer, get the customer excited. Just have that two things or two objectives, any of your next presentation. Now, see the reason why I said this. He who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. He who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. It is not my word. It is found in the book of Proverbs. Now, why I reiterate this phrase or this scripture is that most time, if you think about yourself often as you go into a presentation, the desperation will show in everything you do. But if you think about the customer, what have I not done to satisfy this customer? You will realize that you'll be seeing yourself doing something that makes this customer to be excited. And because the customer is excited, the only thing that will make the customer not to pay is he does not have the ability. And before God and man, that person does not have ability. So go with the objective that you are going to help the person. And even after you've done it and the person did not invest, please be happy. Call that customer and still tell him, thank you very much for calling, for allowing us to come to your home. That way, that customer will remember you favorably. I have gotten some sales courtesy of that. So the reason why I brought up this is for this person that just made this statement of that is his personal weakness. I must commend you for being that sincere enough and bold enough. I will use the word courageous enough to say that it is your personal weakness. And I know if you follow this little information herein, you will make a difference. Well done.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I noticed that even as with this thing is going on, nobody is, I don't see anybody who is jotting. Look at my notebook. See my notebook. It's how will you remember the things? William just raised some very good points now. which I wrote down. He said, whenever I go to a customer presentation, ask yourself what you are going to do to help the customer. Ask what you are going to do to help your customer. Don't think about yourself. Think of the customer. Call customer back to thank them after the presentation, whether they invested or not. Make notes. Make notes. Please make notes. At the end of the presentation, you go back to it again and go through it. If you don't have data to check one on YouTube, your notes, you should go over your notes. Please, it's important. If you're not writing, please make sure you write. Yes, next person. Philip, don't hide because you have not spoken.
Okay.
Yes, next person.
My name is Dele, sir.
Who?
Dele.
Ah, Dele, you are in our training today. That's fantastic.
Now, my own does objection contribution. Then most of our consultants, they don't know that Salam Master can get wrong. When they do presentation, what they will tell the customer is that Salam Master is not wrong. Many customer service we do, we discover that the customer will tell me that you people tell me that Salam Master is not wrong, and all the time I do, my code get wrong. Yesterday, our consultant Jesse told me that Salam Master, that is what they trained him, that Salam Master is not burning food. I say no any pot, you can put something inside, you can put fire under it and leave it for some time, or put in on ID that will not get burnt. Please, we still need to train our consultants in this aspect, because many all these customer service people, that's the question they used to ask us, that why is it burning by this? One thing, if you put your Salam Master into the system, into your gas cooker, and you don't put it on medium heat to cool, the food inside will get burned. Now know how you can do it. You get burned. That's what I want to just emphasize. Let our people, the new people that are coming to know that this system can still burn your food if you are not maximizing your heat under it. So that the customer will be aware that if they misuse this system, it can still destroy their nutrient and their food. That's what I just have to bring.
Let's clap for Dele. Let's clap for that's a very important one. Abraham, please take notes. Philip, take notes. Everybody who is training, take notes. Take notes.
Nice one, Dele. Nice one, Dele. Nice one, Dele.
Okay. Yeah,
nice one.
Yes, next person. Philip, what did you learn?
Philip, I learned 3 things. Firstly, when you are faced with an objection, don't eat up, don't be scared. Calm down, be collected, and think about what to do about that. Secondly, call your superiors or your dealers when you are in a situation where you cannot handle anything beyond your control. Always call them, which is why the opening call and the closing call is very important. And then thirdly, he said he did a very great presentation, which means he put out his best efforts. So we need to learn our presentation and put out our best efforts. And then I just learned something just now, to put the customers first for ourselves. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yes, next person. Faith, I've not heard you. Ms. Hodge, I've not heard you.
Okay, apart from all that the all shared, which I'm also learning how to fetch, the last one is that I always give up. So from what Mr. Williams said today, I'm feeling that I should not give up on any customer. I should still think that I'm really God for something to come out of it by allowing God to speak to me and to go ahead. But I noticed that one moment that he prayed can make a whole lot of change in what he did. And I noticed, I felt that I need to get to that. When I get to any junction, I should remember him that makes me clear there is no way.
Fantastic, fantastic. Never give up on any customer. Never give up. Never give up. There's a chef said waiting there. Yes, next, Faith.
Okay, sir. What I learned today is never to reply a customer in a hurry, and also when when I'm faced with an objection, I should always get back to the president and advise. Then also, the third thing I learned is never to be desperate so that the customer does not take advantage of that. And also, never to miss out on any of our trainings.
Never to miss out on any of our training. Yes, who else? Who is there? Am I talking to everybody?
Yes, sir.
See, in my notes, I'm reading my notes. So you see my notes. I've taken a lot of notes there. Never be desperate. I'm going to, the text message that William sent to the customer, I'm going to read it now. And after that, we'll send it to the CSE. We have it, and then we'll put it in our forum with an explanatory note. Why I say I don't just put straight on the forum, so people might not understand the story that the build up to it. Okay, now I'm going to read the message. Ask yourself, what can you get out of this message I'm reading now? What is seen in the message? Please listen carefully. This is the message the customer sent. I'm trying to see if I get the message customer sent. Okay, I don't have that message now. Okay, now the customer sent a message that she has seen. Hold on. Let me first read the message the customer sent to William. The message the customer sent to William.
Okay.
Okay, now this is the message that the customer first sent to William. I'm going to read this now. Listen, I love the pot, what it does, but the professional set has 6 pieces, items from what we saw, and it is sold at, mentioned a website for 1.5 million, and it is subject to negotiation, meaning buying directly from the company should be lower than what is sold in the website, which our marketing company. Kindly negotiate for reduction if you want us to patronize the company. Thank you. So that was the message that the customer sent to William. Now listen to William's reply to the customer. I'm going to read it now. Good evening, ma. Thank you for letting me know you got a Salad Master set being offered online for 1.5 million. Listen carefully. I'll start it over again. Good evening, ma. Thanks for letting me know you got a Salad Master set being offered online for 1.5 million. Recall I told you during the presentation that Salad Master does not sell their products online. They are only sold through authorized dealers like my office. The reason is because our product comes with a lifetime warranty. Secondly, because of the value of Salad Master dealership, no sane Salad Master dealer will risk his or her dealership license to sell online. When you invest in Salad Master through an authorized dealer, you have the peace of mind that you have invested your money wisely, and that should any warranty issue arise, you have a number to call. You also get our worldwide lifetime customer service. By this, I mean, wherever you are in the world, as a Salad Master customer, you can request for customer service through our website, and the nearest dealer to you will attend to you. However, when you purchase a product advertised online as Salad Master, you expose yourself to the following risk. Number one, you could be getting a product that is not Salad Master. In brackets, some people who didn't take our advice have experienced this. Number two, you could be getting a used Salad Master product with no warranty. The choice is entirely yours to make, ma. Mine is just to advise you. I will not advise you to risk your hard-earned money on something that might turn out not to be as you expected. Let me know what your decision is. I'm here to help. Should you decide to buy from the online, I would like you to do me the favor of letting me know when you receive it. I want to know whether you truly got the Salad Master product. Have a blessed August. How did that message sound to your ear? Somebody give me a comment. Faith? Yes. Okay, yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, number one, he was professional.
Yeah.
Number two, he did not sound desperate at all. He made the customer know that whatever choice you make is your own, is your decision. You can fall into the hand of scammers. He has nothing to do with that, and they will have nobody to run to. So that alone will even keep the customer uncomfortable, like, oh my God, what do I do? So that's it. So the customer will definitely go for the one he or she saw with his or her eyes, you saw the presentation, and you have somebody to go to in case.
Fantastic. Yeah, the lady on red and white, wanted to say something? In front, red and white in front. Yes, don't look back. Next to Abraham, lady next to Abraham.
Lady next to me said,
She didn't hear me.
I hear you, sir. We didn't hear
Okay. What she wanted to say something else again. Anybody wants to make something else to that? Another comment or what you saw from the message I just read. Okay, so our training will take so much time already. I'm going to close. So this is it. This is our business. We have a great business. We have a great opportunity. And today you are officially now a shareholder with Neo Continental. So there's a lot of money to be made now. We all have to make sure this thing succeeds, this thing works. I expect that by next week, Monday, each of us will be getting a check. Everybody will be getting a check next week, Monday. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So everybody will be getting a check next week, Monday, everybody. And what are we going to do? We're going to mobilize to ensure that, one, this week, we all do our work. We also have to make sure that tomorrow is our recruiting. How many people are you going to make sure you bring? So if we are working collectively, we must ensure that we have enough we cook enough presentation this week. We have to make sure that this week, let's make sure between now and Sunday morning, can we cook 30 presentations? Is it possible? Is it possible for us to cook 30?
Yes, it's possible.
We are working collectively. Is it possible? We are working together.
Yes,
We're working as a team. We're working together as a team. So it's whether you are booking or you didn't book. And then for those who are cooking now, I don't know why Madam did this, but where she has said